Welcome back to Get Down to Business. We've had this one on the calendar for a little while, and I am super excited to have Vince Mazza, the Chief Executive Officer of Guard Street Partners, join us here on the air. Guard Street Cybersecurity, such important software, services, and assistance for businesses and entrepreneurs. Vince, welcome to the program.
It's great to be here. How are you?
I'm doing great. Vince, this is an important conversation, especially in the still early days of 2021. It's important for businesses to set themselves up for success. So let's talk about Guard Street Partners. What is it that you and your amazing team does and provides for businesses and entrepreneurs?
So Guard Street is a cybersecurity company, and we provide proactive services and tools for companies to avoid cyber attacks. And we also work with companies should an emergency happen. We're the company that they call to help solve that problem.
Well, emergencies do happen. We have been living in a pretty virtual and we have transformed more rapidly in the past year than we have in many decades. So we have moved along in the world of technology, and that means that there's more vulnerability. Is that right?
Boy, you're not kidding. Particularly in 2020, we saw a 400% increase in cyber attacks. So you talk about a lot of changes that have taken place in the world of vulnerabilities. It's amazing. In fact, the most recent major hack that came to light over the last several weeks with SolarWinds, there are vulnerabilities that were introduced with that hack. So it's amazing where the world has gone in the last 12 months.
Vince, what are some of the companies that Guard Street works with in that level of protection?
So we work in a variety of different industry sectors, hospitality. We're heavy in the accounting and legal sector because those are major targets for cyber criminals. But we also work in the healthcare space with manufacturers and a variety of different big and small companies.
For small companies, for many of the entrepreneurs that are tuning in to Get Down to Business, what are the things that they should put in place to protect themselves as we are living in what I believe is the new normal of this virtual world?
It really is. I would say that first and foremost, going into developing a cybersecurity plan for your business, which does not have to be expensive, by the way. If you're doing something versus nothing, you're 5 times less likely to be hit with a cyber attack if you do something. But I always say start with an understanding of what you want to protect. So your crown jewels for your organization. If you are attacked it's something that would shut down or cause your business or cause a lot of pain. And realize that cybersecurity is not a set it and forget it. You've got to be active with it throughout the year. The 5 things that I would suggest any company pursue is first and foremost, either create or follow your cybersecurity policies, like setting up passwords, having multi-factor authentication in place, having a process for sending wires and validating that you're sending it to the right person. Second is looking at your people. People are the greatest asset you have as an organization. But 53% of the breaches happen through employee negligence. So you've got to train them. Your employees want to do a good job. Train them on phishing emails and how to spot them, and train them on how to log in remotely, which is the new normal, and do it securely. The third thing that I would say is have the protection tools and services in place, like a regular vulnerability scan, email security are two items that every business needs. Also, back up your business. In the world of ransomware, you've got to back up your files and make sure that they're backed up. And at the same time, you've got to work with third-party partners that will help you in the event of an emergency and practice the emergency situation so that you can recover quickly.
Well, those are some great tips and advice, and you meant what you said. Those do not need to be expensive. Those, in some cases, should be common sense. And my takeaway from our conversation over here, Vince Mazza, again, from Guard Street Partners, is I'm going to have to change my password from password. I'm going to have to change it to something a little bit more unique. So I'm kidding.
You really do. It's so funny because password is the most common password.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, you got to start with the basics and 2021 New Year's resolutions. It's still time. You could still make New Year's resolutions, including cybersecurity, and that should absolutely be one of them. So 5 tips, and I'm going to post this through our website as well. But Vince, you work with big businesses, small businesses. You provide that level of, as we said, software services and assistance for businesses and enterprises designed proactively, being the keyword, protect data and other assets. So Vince, you've given us a lot of information, but surely our listeners have more questions. Where can they get in touch with you and your wonderful team?
Well, 2 ways. You could give us a call at 800-811-9130, or you can send us an email to support@guardstreet.com.
Well, Vince Mazza, I appreciate you sharing those 5 tips, 5 bits of information that everybody tuning in can take advantage of. And I encourage all of our listeners to get in touch with Guard Street Partners, where they can learn more about how to protect themselves proactively and on an affordable budget. Vince Mazza, thanks so much for joining us on the air.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Absolutely. And we're going to squeeze in a quick break, but I encourage all of our listeners to go on your favorite podcast app and click subscribe, rate, review, and share. Get Down to Business, as well as the We All Serve podcast. Your friends, colleagues, neighbors, they'll be appreciative. We'll be right back and Get Down to Business.